But one thing he was telling me too before he passed on was, well, and I didn't know this, and I didn't know it, and this had happened to him quite a few years before, and that's when he was he got sick or something, and the doctor had given him some pills to take. And that's when he worked at Powerflying.
So that, no, you're talking about when he went into anaphylactic shock?
Yeah, something. Yeah.
So he wasn't at Powerflame. I think he was at Castlegate, and he had inflammation, and he was given Keflex, and that Keflex he took him into anaphylactic shock, but he didn't realize it, and he's working midnights. And so when he came home,
yeah, he quit. He took off work and come home.
Yeah, and he said he didn't feel right.
No, he said, and he didn't miss work. I mean, he didn't come home. He'd be sick as a dog, and he'd work.
Yeah, him and
But
Helen.
I thought he was working at Powerflame because he didn't drive home, but he drove home anyway.
Yeah, he drove.
And he got so bad that he said, "I got to go to the hospital," and she drove him.
Helen drove him.
Yeah, Helen drove him and stuff, and I guess he just went out, and he said he remembered this big hall, like he was in a tube or a hallway, and a big bright light down at the end. And he said as he looked and he went down this hallway, he saw what looked like a podium, and there was a huge book on it, and it was open, and there was a golden beam shooting out of that book, going straight up like that. And the next thing he knows was somebody was going, "Mr. Kelly, Mr. Kelly," and it's shaking him, and he come out of it, you know, and stuff. But he said at that moment, he said he died, and he goes, he felt he died, but he said, when I saw that book, I knew I was going to heaven. I knew it, just like that. He felt nothing but peace. He said, I was just totally in awe, just wow. He said, but I knew. He said, I knew I was going to heaven. He said, I knew it right there.
He told me when he saw it, he knew without looking, he knew it was the Book of Life.
Yeah. That's what. Yeah, he told me that too. Yeah, the Book of Life.
And he was trying to get closer because he wanted to see his name.
Mm-hmm.
But before he got there,
yeah.
But he had felt weird, and he told Helen he didn't feel well when he went to get in the shower. And he got in the shower and he said he felt like his words to me were, if I could have used a metal wire brush on my scalp, it would have felt good. Because he said my scalp was burning and crawling, and I was just starting to feel really bizarre. And he said he wasn't in there very long, and when he got out, he told Helen, "You got to get me to the hospital." And they took off to Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And by the time she got to the ER to pull in, he didn't remember it. He didn't remember any of that.
No, he didn't remember. He said, yeah, he went out or passed out.
And that's when...
He thought he, either was close enough or was close enough that he basically died, but he saw the light, and there was bright light down at the end, and he saw the book, and he told me the same thing. I omitted that earlier and said the Book of Life. And he said he felt totally at peace about it. He said he felt good about it. I mean, he said, I knew I was going to heaven.
And he repeated that to me before he passed. I've already been there.
Yeah.
He felt like he'd already had experience on what to expect.
Mm-hmm.
And so that part of it for him was...
Yeah.
It was expected,
yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.